Bonjour, bienvenue chez Véro. I am back in tour in the Loire Valley. Touring season is officially over until next spring. When I came home yesterday after being gone for 2 weeks, I found an empty fridge. So this morning, the first thing I did was to head out to the covered food market in town, which is called Les Halles. And I picked up a few things. I'll go out again this afternoon, but I thought you might enjoy seeing what's in my shopping cart this morning. The produce section is where I headed. So I got some apples. Jazz apples. I enjoy biting into jazz apples. They are my favorite fruit. I was lucky to live in Washington State in the United States for more than 2 decades, and the apples there are wonderful. But here in the Touraine region, they're quite lovely as well. So jazz apples, my favorite snacks in the afternoon. I also have some Belchard apples, also known as Chantecler. Belchard apples are great because when you cook them, they kind of retain their shape. And today I'm going to cook for dinner a very French dish, which is lovely, but maybe it is a bit of an acquired taste for some of you. Le Boudin aux pommes, blood sausage with apples. So they're going to cook together, and then the apples will be really soft and mushy, almost like applesauce, and it'll taste lovely, especially if I add some herbs or spices in it. What else did I get? I got some Bartlett pears, les Poire Bartlett. Those don't last very long, but they are my favorite pear. They're very sweet and juicy. Love eating them, so I just got a few because they'll sit on the counter for the next couple days, and I'll try and eat them before they go bad. Let's see, I got some onions from les Cévennes. I'll be cooking with those this week. The Cévennes region. They're lovely onions. Une tête d'ail, some garlic. What else? I got some, oh yes, an humongous bunch of grapes. And these are raisins sans pépin. Raisins sans pépin. In France, before I moved to Seattle, you didn't used to find seedless grapes. But after I came back a few years ago, I noticed that these were big now. So you find those everywhere. So these are seedless. They come from Italy. They're quite sweet and very crunchy at the same time. And you see, not too big. They're very small, and I really enjoy these. So I'm going to need to wash this big guy and maybe trim it a little to make it easier to eat. What else do I have? Oh yes, an humongous lettuce. It's called Batavia. And look at the size of this thing. It's like the sun. So I'm going to make a jar, my favorite vinaigrette. I used the Jacques Pepin recipe, and I will be adding some ciboulette or chives to the vinaigrette, and I think it's going to taste just fine with this lovely lettuce. And because this is Véro's shopping cart, as you might expect, there is also some fromage, some cheese. I have a small cheese tray, so it's easy for me to fill it. You see, there's always goat cheese. So this one is called le Trèfle. It comes from the Loire Valley, from the Loire Le Trèfle because it looks like a 4-leaf clover, you see. So it's going to be lovely. You can smell it from here. I went to France Fromage, one of my favorite suppliers at Les Halles de Tours, and they make this cheese, very creamy cheese with walnuts. You can see it here. And then I also wanted some sheep's milk. So this tomme comes from Corsica, and it's made with sheep's milk. So I have a nice variety here, which I'll be enjoying either with apples, a habit I developed back in the United States when I couldn't find a decent baguette in the early years. So I like to eat my cheese with apples or pears for that matter. And if I want to be a little less reasonable, then maybe I will use some of that lovely sliced pain aux noix, bread made with walnuts. Voila. So I have a few other little things, salads and things like that, but I'll go out again this afternoon to stock up a little bit more so I can enjoy the weekend. Well, what can I tell you, friends? It's great to be home. The season has been wonderful. I wrapped up with a very friendly tour of travelers from the United States, and it was the perfect way to end the season. But now I'm very glad to be home, and I'll see my friends later this week. Next week, I'll start teaching French online, and I'll be doing that once again through the fall and winter until the touring season resumes in April. I have a couple of fun, exciting projects lined up for 2024, the fall of 2024, which I'll be sharing later. And what else? Well, what else? I'll be creating more stories and virtual tours and videos for the France with Véro community. Like always, if you'd like to look me up, go to francewithvero.com and the website will take you to everything I do, including this YouTube channel where you can find more than 280 replays of virtual tours I have filmed in Paris and beyond in the rest of La Belle France since 2020. For now, I need to put all this away, clean the salad, clean the grapes, etc., etc. But it'll be a pleasure, I'm sure. And I will be saying to you, have a great rest of your week. Bonne fin de semaine. And I will be seeing you très, très vite. À bientôt.